You've been waiting for this moment almost as much as we've been waiting for this moment. Bronson has arrived. Bronson is alive. I cannot wait to show you. If only you could taste it. The coffee is exceptional. The crema, the body, the temperature. The milk is as good as we knew it would be. Milk frothers are common now. They're reliable. They make great milk, easy to clean. However, Bronson's the first one with an inbuilt milk frother. But overall, we're extremely happy with the product. Some final cosmetic tweaks that'll happen. But overall, let's have a look at Bronson. And here's Bronson. Ha ha! Look at that. Great size. That's 12-inch wide by 13-inch high and 15-inch deep. Much shorter than our original. Moving on to our coffee hopper. Buried for noise reduction, yet still maintains a large capacity. That's 500 gram, 17 ounces of coffee beans fits in there. A rubber sealed lid for freshness. Easy grip handle, and we've also custom built the extraction fan into the handle, so that extracts the moisture when in operation. Very clever design. Moving on to the water tank. This is again large capacity, 1 gallon of water, over 3 litres. Slight discoloration in production. It is meant to be the same tint as that one, which it will be for the next run. There is a slight change with this handle that will need to be made. When you lift the water tank, it has a tendency to tilt. So simple fix, this handle will be fixed in place. It will go up and down only, not left to right, because when it is fixed in place, there's no rocking at all with the water tank. So as you can see from that handle, that'll be one of the first changes we need to make. Minor one, but it's one of the reasons why we do prototypes, to work out those little nuances that make the usability so much more enjoyable. And that's one of the main things about Bronson, is making sure when you use it, it feels seamless, it feels flawless. Okay, user panel. Right, it's not as sophisticated as the original one. However, we've come up with something much better than both of those. If you notice the etching down the bottom here, we're going to replicate that etching up for this lettering. So these will all be etched out. I think it'll look so much better. I think it looks a bit childish now, so that'll be improved. Another improvement is getting rid of the power button. It's only used to turn the machine on. Bronson does power itself off after inactivity. So remove the power button and add something that I've always wanted. That's a hot water button. I've always wanted a hot water button. It was on the original design, and I'm so happy that we're going to bring it back. So the hot water's there. You can add your hot water to your Americanos, to an Espresso, preheat your glass, and for those people who don't drink coffee, yeah. And I'll just quickly add that we don't need the power button because any button will turn the machine on now. The Espresso, black milk or hot water. Press any and the machine will turn itself on. And the final change here is the warning lights. I don't want these symbols to stand out so much. They're warnings, they shouldn't be visible all the time. There's a little cutout there and that lights up when it's either out of water or out of coffee beans. Instead of having that little cutout, the whole logo will be cut out and in clear plastic. So you'll hardly see it, it'll really blend in and you'll only notice it when it lights up. We're also adding the warning lights. We have one here for the waste coffee and we have one under here for the water waste. You hardly see it. So they'll also be added up here. Water tank, coffee bean, wastewater and ground coffee to let you know when it needs to be filled or emptied. So some really cool, small cosmetic changes which will make such a difference. Let's keep going. So simplicity is the name of the game. We have gotten rid of drip trays. I talk about this often. No more drip trays. They're either too small or too large. They're grimy. They make you fill them, empty them often. Yeah, we don't like drip trays. What we do like are drip tanks. Look at that, nice, large capacity, easy to empty, easy to remove, not fiddly. So that's our wastewater tank, the first ever drip tank. And on the opposite side is our ground coffee waste. Again, easy to remove. A lot of other machines make you remove drip trays or other parts in order to get to the ground coffee waste. Not Bronson, really nice and easy. to remove. Comes in two parts. So this part will collect your ground coffee waste, and the reason it's in two parts because it makes it really easy to empty into the bin, and then the larger part collects your overflow water. So really happy with that design and the usability and the simplicity of that. And we've had a request for it, and I truly believe in it as well, is making those two parts able to go in the dishwasher. So that is something that we are working on, and we will enact as long as we can. The only issue might be discoloration of the outside, but we're finding a way where that won't happen, and you can wash those two parts, the coffee waste and the wastewater, in the dishwasher. Fantastic. Simplicity, again, another level. And while I'm here, the handles look great from the front, but we do think they need a little bit more depth to them. And we're going to add that. So a little bit more width and a little bit more depth that way, so you can really get your fingers right in. There's plenty of room to do that, so it won't affect the outside appearance at all, but it's going to give us greater grip depth, allow you to grab it all with one hand. So yeah, great little addition there. Again, something you only learn with a prototype, so deeper handles, easier gripping. And finally the milk. First ever built-in milk frother. Real simple, stunning design. We added the little lip for the pouring. Easy to remove, really lightweight. Leaf spring, which allows it to guide in easily. So that's our milk frother. There will be one change, which is this light here. Originally that went on to let you know that it's frothing. However, we're replacing this with a screen. And the reason for that screen is it's a pet peeve of mine. It takes about a minute to get perfectly frothed and heated milk. And during that minute, you really, the first half's fine, but that last 10, 15 seconds just grates on you a little bit, and you want to know when it finishes. And that screen will give us a countdown timer to let you know when it's done. So really happy about that addition. And finally, last look at the cosmetics. Well, it's an internal one as well. This is the brew unit access door. And I've discussed it before, and I'll say it again. Pod machines are 5, 6, 7, 8 grams of coffee. Most home machines are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at the most grams of coffee. You cannot get a good extraction with a small amount of coffee. You need depth, and that's one thing we have given Bronson, a 12-gram coffee brewer that's patented, and that makes a gorgeous coffee. You can pull it out and rinse it whenever you like. It's not mandatory because Bronson has that self-cleaning function. So that's our custom patented brew unit that you'll soon see makes such a stunning coffee. That's the externals. I think it's time I shut up and make a coffee. And let's do it. Power on. Yeah, a little custom light. So the first feature we'll test is the preheat function. So when you press espresso first thing in the morning, if the machine hasn't been used, you won't pour an espresso straight away, won't grind the coffee, it'll preheat the machine. So we'll press the espresso. So it's just done a preheat now, and once it's done the preheat, it should grind the... Look at that crema! Now that's an espresso. That is an espresso. Look at that. Look at that thickness. Look at that body. And the temperature. Bronson. I wish you could taste this. It's so damn good. The temperature is just right. You know, with that preheating functionality, comes out nice and hot, and that's what gives that extra crema, that extra body, that good temp. Man, this is good coffee. Can't all be rainbows and unicorns. There is one little hiccup, and I've been preaching the hot water functionality of the Americano. We're going to do one now. The extraction of the coffee again is extraordinary. You'll see it. but it hasn't been programmed for the hot water. The functionality's in there, but the programming's missing. So it's on the next one. It's no big deal, but let's press Americano. So even with such a wide glass, still a thick head of crema on that coffee. So the extraction on Bronson is just performing so well. That should be twice the volume, and it should have had hot water in there. Like I said, a programming mistake, hiccup, and will be rectified, quite easy to do. But a great extraction for a long black. Let's just get the hot water added to it as well. So we've seen how Bronson extracts black coffee. Let's move on to the milk. One thing that's missing from this model is the markings that will go in there. So there will be a max line followed by several lines underneath. And the reason for that being is you pick your own line. We're not going to tell you where to set the milk at. You'll learn yourself which line is your line. The third one, the fourth one. If you like it a bit more, you put on the sixth line. So there'll be little markings in there, and you'll know what that volume means with experience. And 'cause it'll allow you to make a coffee just the way you like it. It's something we get asked often about Bronson. What recipes does it do? And I think it gets lost in communication and people's preconceived ideas of coffee machines, that they're all preset. The trouble with preset coffee machines, it doesn't suit your palate. It's just a general recipe with some slight variations here or there. But if you go to any barista machine in the world, a cafe machine will have a steam one for the milk, which is what this replicates. They'll have a black button for the espresso, and they'll have a hot water button which allows them to make an Americano, but this machine will do it for you. And with those three functions, you can make any coffee on earth. So when people ask, what does Bronson make? Anything. You want a cafe latte, you run a shot of coffee and you put the right amount of milk in the milk frother. You want a piccolo latte, you put less milk in the milk frother. You want a strong flat white, you'll use a double shot of espresso and you use the flat milk functionality on the milk frother. Americano, as we said, it does the hot water and the coffee when we correct it. Bronson can make any drink on earth because it mimics a barista machine. It does the fundamentals really well. It does a really fantastic extraction, as you've seen on the espresso and for the long black, and it frosts the milk, as you'll soon see, really, really well. And then it's up to you how you mix them together, what ratios, what volume, it's all up to you. But at the press of a button, that's what Bronson does. So we're simply going to add our milk. I'm just going to pick a level right now. And then we're going to reinsert our milk frother. Now milk takes longer than espresso, so what you should really do is set your milk up first and then go to make your espresso portion. We've got two functions with the milk. Press once for hot foam milk and press twice for froth milk. I'll press it once because I like a latte. And while that milk is frothing, we get our latte glass. While we're at it, see the scallopings on this classic cafe latte glass? That's where Bronson gets its trademark scalloping from on the side. Fun fact. So we're going to run an espresso. Our milk's already frothing. We've put it in there. We've chosen the froth function, and we'll choose an espresso. Choose an espresso for the latte. That'll make our coffee there, milk there, and when they're ready, all you do is combine. And that's how simple it is to make a Bronson. That's the simplicity behind it. It'll make the perfect extraction espresso and it'll do the perfect froth milk. All you got to do is mix it, and you can mix it any way you like. So our espresso is ready and we're just waiting for the milk. Like I said, it'll have a screen here and it gets a little itchy towards the end, the last 10 seconds, but that'll have a countdown timer on the next model. So just waiting for that milk to be frothed. Our espresso is done. Again, gorgeous extraction. And as soon as that milk's ready, we'll combine the two. So you can do your flat whites, you can do your cappuccinos, you can do your cafe lattes, you can do your macchiatos, you can even do baby chinos. You can do whatever you want with this machine. Even though it has these three functions only, force in with the hot water, just like a barista machine, you'll be able to make any drink on earth that you want. And like I said, that itchiness for that last, here we go. Now all that's left to do is combine the two. Look at that froth. Gorgeous. Mwah. That is, that is barista grade. Look at that. That is barista grade. A1. Triple B for Bronson. That's a latte. That's a barista quality latte. Ah. Simple. Simple. Yet exceptional. Bronson makes a coffee like a barista at the press of a button. That's it. That's all you got to do. Press a button and get barista quality coffee, and you can enjoy it straight away. All you got to do is rinse that milk frother out at the sink, and that's it. Put it back in. The machine will then do a self-clean cycle and clean that coffee brew unit. I cannot wait for you to try it. I mean, Bronson, it really has just really done what we wanted it to do. Have we done it? Some small cosmetic changes, just minor ones, but the coffee experience, the coffee that comes out of it, the milk, the froth, just the experience is just, it's simple, but makes a great coffee. You know, in the morning, that's all you want to do. I just want to wake up, press a button, and sip and enjoy and get on with my damn day. And Bronson has achieved that. So, like I said, one more prototype to come, just with the minor cosmetic changes. It takes 3 to 4 weeks, but you can now see what we've been talking about for so long. Bronson is the essence of simple and the essence of deliciousness, simple deliciousness. Call it whatever the F you want. Yeah, that's Bronson. So any questions, anything you want to know, shout out, reach out. We could talk about this till the cows come home. So, yeah.